All right, guys. Cheers.
None of us have a drinking problem.
No.
I can stop whenever I want.
Didn't drink last night at all.
Nope.
Not a sip.
All right. Hey, guys. This is Matt Scott, and I'm with my dudes in a very particular order. Eric, Daniel, who are sitting next to each other.
Hello.
Hello.
Dag.
Going on.
And our special guest, Deal. Kevin Deal. And we're here to, and we're here to present another edition of Bonding with Kevin. As we go through our chronological exploration from year to year, occasionally a James Bond movie was released during that year. For those years, we are going to add an extra episode to our podcast with our Bond fanatic, Mr. Cooking with Kevin himself. For these episodes,
Cooking with Kevin.
Perfect.
Cooking with Kevin.
Hoping. For these episodes, we are going to switch up the format a little bit. Instead of us all providing feedback for our questions, we're going to throw the questions at Kevin, of course, while we playfully banter with him. So we started with Goldeneye, and now we're on to 1997. Without further ado, we present our next Bond movie.
For Bond. When you remove Mr. Bond's heart, there should just be enough time for him to watch it stop beating.
I would have thought watching your TV shows was torture enough.
You guys excited?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Kevin, you ready for your second edition?
Don't do that, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So let's go over some random ass facts before we get into it. So Tomorrow Never Dies has a 6.5 rating on IMDb.
A little less than Goldeneye.
A little less. So a casting what if for this movie was Anthony Hopkins was going to, or they tried to get him to play Elliot Carver. He ultimately went with the Mask of Zorro instead.
Good choice.
Yeah. So speaking of the Carvers, Elliot Carver is the only Bond villain with a spouse. Did you guys know that?
No.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Me neither.
I definitely didn't know that.
Isn't that crazy? So Terry Hatcher, who plays Paris Carver, Elliot's spouse, was actually 3 months pregnant when shooting this film. Could not tell at all.
You were throwing me off guard with these facts.
Ah,
He does some research.
I'm
Kevin didn't do his
I'm
research.
digging deep. Yeah, I'm digging deep.
Hey,
So
You
this
call yourself a Bond man.
So this movie actually doubled what Goldeneye made in the box office, which, I mean, happens a lot in sequels. I consider this a sequel to the first Brosnan film. So I thought that was kind of cool to see that this one was, I mean, it was around Christmas time, so a lot of times people go see movies at Christmas, so just thought that was
Christmas
interesting.
97.
Yeah.
Do we
yeah.
call this? Is this a sequel though? Like at what point does a series like this stop being a sequel and
I
just
would
become
say-
another installment?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin, I would say it has to do with the actor. I mean, personally. Like, Bond
I
has
honestly-
the sequels, Pierce Brosnan has the sequels, and then the next guy.
I mean, this is a whole different discussion, but honestly, I don't see any Bond as a sequel. Yeah, there's references to other movies,
Mhm.
but they're not tied together back to back until new
Sure.
ones.
Right.
But,
It's like-
I,
You could call The Empire Strikes Back a sequel
It is.
up until they made all the other movies.
Yeah, I get that argument, for sure. I mean, at what point, do they close or open a storyline, right? I mean, that's kind of, and in these Bond, it's very vague, right? I mean, he has the basic concept of Bond's there, but is it a play on to from the last one from a storyline standpoint? This one, definitely not.
yeah, like not all of them up.
No
to this
relevant.
point.
Yeah, right.
None
Most
of them are.
Yeah,
None of them.
exactly. So good question. All right. So one last fact: they actually started filming this before a script was finished. Could you tell?
That makes
No,
sense.
this movie was flawless. I don't know what you're talking about.
I am shocked.
All right, so before we start asking Kevin our questions, one thing that we thought would be fun is to give each Bond movie a rating of our own, so we will rank these as we go through. So guys, can each of you give me your rating and a quick reason why? Dag, can you go first? Out of 10.
Out of 10,
Yeah. And then I'll average.
I'll
them
be
again.
generous and give it a 4.5.
That low?
Damn.
This is not a good movie. It's not a good Bond. It's not a good Bond movie. Like, I can't believe that Pierce Brosnan is better known for this movie than he is Goldeneye in all the Bond movies.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just like your opinion, man.
Yeah. Eric, what do you think? What would you
I'm sorry you guys don't like my hot takes.
Yeah. I would say let's give it. I'll go with the Rotten Tomatoes and go 6.5.
Awesome. So we got a
I-
4.5
it was
and a
Tomatoes
6.5.
doesn't do 6.5s.
Or what
Rotten
was it,
Tomatoes does-
IMDb.
Rotten
IMDb. I'm
Tomatoes
sorry.
does percentages.
Sorry.
Yes.
65%, Dave.
Thank
That's
you.
what it is. You're welcome.
All right,
I
Daniel.
I just liked it.
sorry.
Was just a no. It was just a mindless Bond movie, and I liked it.
There you
Daniel.
go.
Yeah.
I'd say like a solid 5.5.
Okay.
It's not a great movie, but like Brosnan's charm is still there.
Yeah.
And like he's probably my favorite Bond just because he just embodies the role for me
Yeah.
as the charming, suave, undercover agent. But it's still not a. He might be my favorite Bond, but he gets the shaft in terms of movie quality.
Sure. Kevin.
Oh, I'm going to hold off on my rating.
All right, fine. So I am actually. I actually gave it a 7.1.
Nice.
I actually liked it. Or at least I
Where's
liked.
Where's
What?
the point one come in?
Oh, I don't know. You gotta be specific, right?
Oh, I'm mad. I like that.
You just couldn't have it be 7. You were like, I gotta
Yeah.
put
I'm
a
the-
point in there.
I'm the same person who instead of setting alarm for 5:35, it's 5:36 or 5:37. It can't be a 5 or a 0, right?
Beth does the same shit.
I guess.
So
I mean, you can.
I just liked the theme of this guy controlling social media and spinning a narrative and kind of how terrifying that is and it's how relevant it can still be. So I just thought the concept of it and Carver as some conniving guy taking over behind the scenes and causing wars behind the scenes. I really enjoyed that part. So I thought that was cool and the car scene towards the end, and I know Kevin will get more into this, but that whole battle towards the end when he's doing the remote control car, as Dag mentioned in the top 5 devices, pretty cool scene. So
Yeah,
I gave it a
it's pretty
7.1. So for our average, without Kevin at least, we're at a 5.9.
Let's see if I can
I-
boost that rating by the end of this episode.
Look,
Yeah,
I did love the idea, the idea behind, like Matt said, controlling social media and just media in general.
sure.
But what turned
I mean,
me off from it was we have all this advancement of satellites and everything like that, and then he's still worrying about what comes out in papers and magazines. And I'm like,
Sure.
yeah, 20th century bitch right there. We're talking about new technology, but then we're still reverting back to newspapers and stuff. And that's where I was like, what?
I
Then
hear
why
you.
are we bothering with the with the satellites and everything?
Right. All right, guys. So we ready to get into it?
Oh, I'm ready.
Awesome.
Kevin's ready.
Awesome. So first question, favorite thing about the movie?
I put
Alright.
this movie really brings me the feels of old Roger Moore and Sean Connery days. Just the way it was played out with everything, the way it was written, the way it was acted, everything about it. There's a little bit of cheese. It wasn't you said it's not the best Pierce Brosnan movie, but it really gave me the feels of just an old school Bond movie.
Awesome.
Yes, you'd have to see those old movies.
That's why we're
It's
getting
really
into.
Like, I'm not a huge Roger Moore guy, but there's definitely, I appreciate that feeling.
So, what about your least favorite thing about the movie?
Oh, this is a little bit more specific. It's the drill torpedo at the beginning of the movie. It goes into a hollow ship. Like, there's not water inside of the ship. How does that torpedo keep moving while
It fills up. Kevin, the ship fills up.
So you
with
break
water.
a hole into it, and then you wait until that room fills up, and then you continue, and then you wait.
Yeah.
Then you
Eric, don't you dare try to justify this scene, because I was on the same page with Kevin.
Eric's
All right.
No, he's not right.
And it fills up with water, then it moves again.
Yeah.
No.
Do you want to sit and watch that
it
movie?
is moving on until the water fills up.
Yeah, it's just
No,
continuing.
in a movie, they don't want to wait for the water to fill up, so they cut it. It's a time thing.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot stupider if it went in and then we waited 5 minutes for the whole room to fill up with water, and then it went to the next room, and then we waited a whole another 5 minutes for the room.
It's
to
called
fill
the
up with water.
Titanic.
You guys would have been like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's so slow. Why didn't they just cut it?"
I mean, I definitely think the movie got better. Like, that opening was so, like, convoluted and confusing. You had no idea what's going on. And then they explain it, and you're like, oh, wow, I wish I would have known what was going on at the beginning. So I did think it got
Torpedo.
better, but that part was pretty rough. That whole time.
I am team drill torpedo.
Team Danrick.
Yep.
Team Drill Torpedo.
I think it's one of the most
Torpedo
stupid.
drill.
It's one of the most stupid weapons ever in a Bond movie.
So,
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
so Gerard Butler actually had a cameo in that scene.
That was one of my notes.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Yeah, so he was an extra or a cameo. He has, like, one line in the movie.
He has a line. He's the guy with the radio,
Yeah.
and he has a
Yeah.
thick Scottish accent.
So next category. Who won the movie?
Oh, mine, I put down Elliot Carver, Jonathan Pryce. I think
Yeah.
he destroyed this role, like, in a good way. He just not in a bad way, but he's creepy. He's kind of got that kind of genius, like, offset weirdness to him, and he plays it off extremely well. And I think he's a very underrated Bond villain, which we'll go into farther. But I think he wins the movie outright. He's perfect for the role, and I'm glad that he's the one that actually ended up playing it.
Yeah, I agree. And how cool is it that it was the High Sparrow himself, right?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, put High Sparrow for Game
Which
of
is
Thrones.
funny
Right underneath
because
that.
in Goldeneye, who was the villain? Another Game of Thrones character.
Yeah,
Oh
Ned Stark.
yeah.
Isn't that funny? The
Wow.
last
Spoiler alert.
Goldeneye.
He didn't actually die. What? Sorry.
No. So as we mentioned in our last episode for the podium roles, we're gonna ask Kevin if this is a podium role for the character of Bond or in the Bond universe. So, for instance, the first question: does Stamper podium as a Bond side villain? Bleached hair Stamper, might I add.
No.
Hell no, right? That dude's a
Yeah,
douche.
I mean,
douche.
he's just straight up generic. There's nothing special about him.
100%.
There's nothing. Like,
He's
I
German.
can't say anything
Well,
good.
I disagree. And since we're on the topic of villains,
Oh.
let's do top 5 Bond villains from the Pierce Brosnan era.
Oh
Nice.
shit!
Dave,
So
do the
we-
face. Do the face.
What face? The cross-eyed?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I got an outside looking in on this one. Outside looking in, we have Electra King from what?
World's
What's
Not
the
Enough.
last one called? The World Is Not
Gross.
Enough. She gets an honorable mention because she's the first major female villain in a Bond movie since From Russia with Love, which I haven't seen. Number 5, we have Stamper from Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yes.
I'd like to add that there's not a lot of villains from the Pierce Brosnan era. There's like 6, maybe, or 7.
There's
Yeah.
4 movies.
Enough for a top 5.
There's enough for a top 5. Number 4 is Elliot Carver from Tomorrow Never Dies. Number 3 is Xena Onatopp from Goldeneye.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Victor Reynard Zakasas. How do you say his last name?
Die Another
Die-
Day.
From Die Another Day. And number 1 is 006.
Oh,
Nice,
Yeah.
Now like a number 1.
nice.
I
That's
think I
a good
agree
top
with
5.
that. I think I could agree with that.
Yeah, that's a good top 5.
Good job,
I like
Dave.
that. I like that.
Electric King, she's just very, she's very forgettable in
Yeah.
that role. I feel like Reynard, I feel like Reynard takes over as like the true villain of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. Can't wait to get into that.
Yeah, I haven't seen Tomorrow Never, or
Yeah.
The World Is Not Enough for a long time. I just
No.
remember her missing part of her ear and being real sexy.
I remember a few things about that movie, and most of them
Yeah,
are not
like-
Bond related.
Yeah, see-through dress, I believe.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah,
all
X-ray
right,
glasses, baby.
next question. Does Elliot Carver podium as a Bond villain?
I already mentioned this a little bit. He's a top 10, definitely. I think he's he's definitely an underrated villain.
Yeah.
And he just gets all the weird feelings when you watch him in this movie. Like I kind of get uncomfortable when I'm watching him, and it's where the kind of creepiness of him, and on top of that, he just has that plan to just get everything on this new technology that's happening, even though they're still printing papers. But I really think he's a great villain.
Yeah,
But
I
not
agree.
not a top
No.
not top 3, but he's a top 10, and he's pretty up there.
He
There's
wouldn't
no
be
way
top
he's
5
top
either.
3.
No, I wouldn't put top.
Okay.
I'd say top 10.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I agree with that. I really do like him a lot in this. All right, so does the Bond theme song make the podium in the Bond universe?
Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, I was about to
Sheryl
say,
Crow,
great-
might I
great girl,
add.
Sheryl Crow.
Yep.
Actually, I didn't realize it was Sheryl Crow. I had to look it up, and I'm like, who?
It says it on the screen.
Yeah, at the end, but I was looking it up as it was playing. I was like, who sings this? I can't remember. But again, it's just like Goldeneye. It's not notable. It's a forgettable song. Just it's a theme song just to be there. It's background noise while there's cool graphics going on.
Yeah, no. Definitely not.
That intro is one of the cooler intros, I think, for a Bond
Yeah.
movie.
Not as good as Diamonds Are Forever, right, Kevin? That's probably my favorite.
Oh, Diamonds Are. No, the song or the intro?
Well, the intro.
Visuals.
The visuals.
I got you. It's good. Well, there's some other good ones too.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so does Wai Lin, played by Michelle Yeoh, podium as a Bond babe?
Oh, yeah.
He's a good one. I think she's above Natalia from Goldeneye, and I think she's
Yeah.
not a she's not a podium, but she's again probably a top 10, and I really like the aspect that she's another agent from another country.
Yeah.
That they're working together.
And
She really plays a big role in this movie. To be honest, like Bond wouldn't be able to do what he does in this movie without her. doing
Yeah,
what
she kicks
she does.
ass. Yeah, she kicks
exactly.
ass.
She is better than James Bond. Like
Yeah, like-
she's number 1. Not a podium top. Not a podium. My ass. She's awesome. Dave,
That
I
bike
don't want
is
to hear it from you.
She's pretty awesome.
She's so badass, dude.
Dude, that room
If
when,
she
when
was
they,
so,
they
if
go
she was
into
so, if she was so badass, Bond wouldn't have had to save her as many times as he did.
that's why Bond's number one. But,
That's fair. No,
but yeah, that motorcycle chase scene.
Yeah.
with her, like
Yeah.
cool scene.
how many other Bond chicks would be able to do that?
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
legitimately, I don't know if I can name one, but compared to other movies, there's some other more badass Bond girls, but she's a good one.
Yeah,
she
she
was
is awesome.
she was probably my favorite thing about the movie, just because she kicks so much ass.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
she's
and
probably
she-
the best one out. She's the best one out of the Brosnan eras.
yeah. And she did all her fight scenes, so they actually had to bring in Jackie Chan's like fight crowd or.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
Could you tell? Yeah, his crew,
I could tell
because she
because-
would hit hard,
Really?
too hard for whoever they tried to get at first, and so they
Yeah.
brought in Jackie Chan's crew.
That's hilarious. I saw a couple people because he has a very distinct crew, Jackie Chan, in like his movies that where he always fights these like same people.
Yep.
And I saw a couple of them in there, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yep. Cool little fact.
Yeah, we're coming across a lot of random ass facts.
Yeah, I know. It's cool. So, does this Bond car podium?
Another BMW.
Yeah, this
No,
one is
but this-
way. This one's way better than the other one.
So from
And,
a
I'll give-
yeah. Go ahead.
I'll give credit where credit's due. Like this is that scene in the garage is awesome.
I
and,
love that
yeah.
scene.
It's my
And it-
favorite scene of the movie.
Me too.
And it gives
100%.
homage to a lot of the old cars. Like it has a bunch of the old gadgets from.
Yeah.
That's where it kind of reminds me of the old Bond movies with the Roger Moore and Sean Connery. Like
Yeah.
they put a lot of things in that car that are in the cars that were in earlier days.
Yeah.
I love
And the
that-
tires reinflate.
I was gonna say, yeah, the reflatable
Oh,
tires or
that would-
reinflatable tires.
My favorite thing is just how much fun Bond is having in the backseat of the car, driving it from
Oh, yes.
the joystick.
Oh,
like
so good.
he is enjoying himself so much. Like
I
yeah,
like the little clip
I love
that
it.
comes out of the
Just the end of
BMW
it.
logo.
yeah,
Oh, cuts the wire.
the wire cutter. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I just
from
love
a-
when he rolls out of the top and he ramps off the top of the garage and he's like aiming right
Oh,
for that
so good.
storefront. He lands
Yeah.
and he's almost like,
Oh, what-
he's
talk
playing
about a
video game.
product.
He's like, yes, I nailed it.
yeah, talk about a product
placement.
placement. Yeah, hey, good old
Not only does he return the car to Avis, but they
Unreal.
had Q disguised as an Avis customer service rep.
No,
So from an aesthetic standpoint, I did not like the aesthetic of that BMW look. Like, I don't like that look. But from a gadget
Yeah, Bond
standpoint,
shouldn't be
it's pretty
driving
badass. No,
he shouldn't be driving a BMW.
no, I agree. So what do you say podium wise?
Oh no, it's a cool car, but it doesn't podium.
Okay, Dag, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say one more. In Goldeneye, the bit like a truck of Perrier is crashed into
Yeah.
and
Oh,
destroyed. In this one, a truck of Heineken is crashed
Yeah.
into and destroyed.
So Bond went to the bar this time.
Yeah. He always
All
does.
right. So next one. Is Pierce Brosnan as 007 in this role podium in the Bond universe?
No,
Yeah.
Man,
Like,
tough
he
crowd
peaked-
tonight.
he peaked with Goldeneye. Like
yeah. He peaked at his first one. That's all
yeah,
downhill.
I get. I mean, he podium in my eyes. I mean,
Yeah.
It was all downhill after he killed that guy shitting on the toilet.
I do think this is he's underrated in this movie. I like Dave. You gave it, what, a 4.5? Is that what you gave it?
4.5.
Yeah.
It's not. It's really not that bad. But I think
No.
you're coming off a Goldeneye, you have high expectations. So you're like, it definitely is under that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wai Lin, she exclaims "Hiya" after she shoots the controls.
Hey, get how you live.
What do we?
It is cheesy. I don't
it's cheap.
disagree.
That's again, it's an old school Bond movie feel.
So
That's
speaking of
they're able to just scuba dive to the sunken ship in the sea.
Yes.
I mean,
Dude, you have to pay like what, like $500,000 to do that nowadays.
yeah, it had to happen.
That's also probably not nearly as deep as the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
That's true.
Because you're talking about the waters off of China.
Yeah.
It's China's international waters, which is the whole basis for the whole fight in the beginning, is the fact that they're in Chinese waters. So it's probably not as deep as the Titanic or something.
actually was
like that.
Just a
Vietnamese
guess.
waters, if I remember.
That's where you're right.
Yeah.
That's where the ship ended up, was Vietnamese waters. But
That was a
it's
halo
still-
jump, right?
So that means it's within 2 miles of the coast
Yeah, sure.
if it's in their waters.
Okay.
So I'm just saying that it's not unrealistic for them to be able to scuba dive down, because it's not going to be off the continental shelf or something like that.
But I will say that is kind of a weird thing, and it's a Bond movie again. But he does that halo jump. I'm sure he's never, Bond has never done that before. It is his first time, and it's one of the most dangerous things you can do.
Just winging
His
it.
buddy from the CIA.
Just
also
winging
had
it.
to do
He's
that.
just doing it. Yeah, the whole thing when he saw about, if you don't cut your chute, you will die and you will drown.
Yeah.
People die in the training missions because they don't do this. Oh, it's the first time I'll do it. It's okay.
my favorite part was before he jumps, they're like, "Wait, does he have any American symbols on him?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're going to go crazy if they catch him.
All right, so I want to hear your rating as well, but does this movie podium in the Bond universe?
No. But, again, it's a very, very underrated movie.
Sure.
It doesn't deserve a 4.5. It doesn't deserve a 10.0. But I'd give it I'll be up with Matt. I'll give it a 1 up at 7.5.
What?
No, you can't. end
A
on
0.4
5.
up it. Right?
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, 7.4.
We'll accept that.
All right.
7.4.
Okay, so that puts us at a 6.2.
Oh, raising it up.
6.2 for
That's
Tomorrow
passing, right?
Never Dies.
It
Yeah, that's
raised-
passing.
No. It's
Which-
all right.
IMDb gave it higher than we did, so we're being a little critical. All right. So
It's Dave.
now, yeah, it's Dave bringing us down.
Yeah.
Hot
just
take
like
Dave.
always.
Yeah, grumpy little Gus.
Downer Dave.
Downer Dave. All right, so Kevin, what's your favorite line from this movie? I know there's a million. Just kidding.
Oh, yeah. I just wrote all these down. Here we
You
go.
just transcribed the whole movie.
Yeah.
Except Bryan Cranston's not in there.
Yeah, I'm mixing these movies up. I've
He
got a
rewrote
score.
it to have Bryan Cranston
Yeah.
in it.
Recast.
I wrote
Sorry,
that.
Kevin's
in,
a few deep already.
Swear I saw Walter White running around.
I had that written in the Tomorrow Never Dies list. So, anyways, I got 3, but my absolute favorite is the difference between insanity and genius is measured only by success. That was an Elliot Carver line.
Say it
Yeah.
again. You froze.
Oh, I did. Oh, sorry.
Say it again.
The difference between insanity and genius is measured only by success.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
My
He's a
favorite line
good
from
villain.
the movie. My favorite line from the movie was, "You'll have to decide how much pumping is needed, James."
Oh,
That's dirty. That's naughty.
that's very, very naughty.
To be quite honest with you guys, I didn't actually finish the movie. My internet went out
Don't,
right at the scene.
don't be honest. Fake
Right
it.
at the scene where Carver's about to be drilled to death by the drill torpedo, and James Bond says, "You got to give the people what they want."
And then your
he's-
internet went out?
And then my internet went out.
It knew. That was
That's fairly
Carver.
much the end.
That was Carver controlling your internet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't want me to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Giving what the people he wants.
So we got two more. We got most likely to be the off-screen drunk.
Yeah.
I put Henry Gupta.
Yeah. Gupta.
Gupta, yeah. The programmer, because he's just doing what he's told to do, and he just constantly pretty much has a gun pointed at his head the whole, I mean, not literally, but...
Yeah, you do
could
feel
be
bad
killed at
for
any
him,
moment if
kind
he
of.
fucked up.
Yeah, for sure. You do feel bad for him. He's just stuck in there. I mean, that's just his job.
Right. So, yeah, he's definitely having a few when he gets home.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or
All right.
He's getting paid pretty well to start World War III.
Fair.
Which one was
So-
Gupta? Was he the one that had the red box?
Yeah, yeah. He was like the programmer that
Yep.
changed the satellite off course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and we finish this off with our favorite, casting our friends.
I've got to have Cody in here again.
Oh, of course. And I had a few as well, and I'm sure everybody else does.
He's a reoccurring character.
Dave, do you want to go first if you have
He's
any?
always the villain.
We'll get to Kevin
Yeah, I'll-
last.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
I had Bogey as Stamper.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Just this,
Daniel and I were just talking. Like Bogey gets hot. He gets hot about this.
and he's got a grumpy demeanor.
Yeah. And he's got blonde hair.
I've
Wow.
got Cody as Elliot Carver, as the dude, like, trying to mess with the media and, spew his own information and stuff like that.
Who else would have that? I definitely had that, and I said Carver's got to be a big Alex Jones fan.
I got Wade, the CIA guy again as Matt. For what reason? No reason really.
It'd just be funny.
Just because.
Yeah.
We got Wai Lin as John because I could see she's just kind of always getting in Bond's way. Bond just keeps having to save her again, and John just likes to get in the way sometimes. And by sometimes I mean all the time. And then James
all
Bond.
The time, you mean
And then-
all the time.
And then
Single time.
and then our best dressed gentleman here, Kevin, is James
Yeah. dun-dun.
because you're just
I'm not
Bond.
playing everybody?
You're not this time.
Yeah.
The first
You had
time
to give up some roles.
Okay.
I can't like trample the bit, Kevin.
Yeah.
So you
All
just,
right.
you only get to be 007 this time, and that's only
I'll-
because you wear the suit for these podcasts.
I'll take it.
So I also had Cody, like I said, as Jonathan Pryce. I went with Kelly for Paris Carver because Terry Hatcher was 3 months pregnant, as I mentioned earlier. And I'm kind of, as we're watching these, I'm kind of getting a vibe from Q. I think he's kind of like Eric. So he definitely would be the one to present us with the technology to use, as he has for this pod, right? Like Eric keeps recommending these things, like our podcast gear. And also, he also rolls his eyes when most of us would show off. So like that scene where Bond's driving the car around with the remote control,
Oh.
and he like parks it right in front of him, and Q just kind of shakes it off. That would be Eric. Like we'd be the jackasses, and Eric would kind of be like, "Are you kidding?"
So I know
These
getting-
those again.
I'm getting
I know
that
that's
vibe.
a microphone, and I know that's a microphone in front of Daniel. But what else does it do, Eric?
If you hit the button on the side, it's a grappling hook too.
Exactly.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
telling you, I'm getting Q
Nice.
vibes from Eric. Eric and Team Danrick. What do you guys got?
Yeah. I didn't have anything really,
Yeah.
but Cody as Elliot Carver is spot on.
You
Like,
stole my Q pick. I was gonna.
Really?
I was
No
gonna-
shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say Eric is Q.
Yeah,
Because
he's kind of jolly
Eric's our
too.
tech dude. Yeah.
He's our tech dude. He's jolly. He's
yeah.
again. He's kind of like he
He's
humbles
got quips.
Bond almost. Yeah, he's got quips. Yeah, Absolutely.
That's our dude Eric. So
Yep.
that was just, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this whole segment just by, busting.
And I
Eric
stole
in his
it.
queue. And then you friggin' stole it from me.
Thanks, Matt.
I knew it. All right, Kevin, you're up. Deal.
Yeah.
Kevin,
I've
deal.
been trying to go. I've been going different. Like I said, I could, if I pick Q, M, or Bond, it could be the same person every time. So I went Cody, and he's the captain of the HMS Bedford, Admiral Kelly, and that's the one that he's the ship that is sinking the stealth ship at the end, and he goes, I don't know whatever the hell that is, sink it.
Yeah.
The hell with it.
Yeah,
That's on
okay.
point.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
okay.
that is-
Like,
that is
I don't
a
know what
good
that is,
line.
but blow it the fuck up.
Exactly. And then the funny thing is, Matt, I had you as Stamper, and I put because he probably lifts weights.
He was kind of ripped.
It's hilarious.
And then I actually added Kelly to this one because I put her. Actually, I put her as the Henry Gupta because she's doing all the behind the scenes for this podcast, and Gupta's the one doing all the work for the satellite.
That's
So
fair.
I put Kelly as Gupta.
That's funny.
But that's
Kelly
about all I
Gupta.
could find out on that one.
Yeah, Kelly Gupta comes right off the top.
Kelly, yeah, rolls right off of it.
I love that Cody is just every episode. He's just the villain. Like
Yeah,
Cody's a podcast legend for being a villain.
yeah, that's
Cody, if you're
fair.
listening, I
He's
did.
not even like a mean person. He's just
Hey, he's not a villain in my book.
yeah. He's
Like legit, he's
eccentric.
literally my book.
Yeah, well, yeah. But he did sink whatever the hell that was.
Right.
Exactly.
It's hilarious. I really like that.
Yeah, me too. All right, guys. Do we have any last thoughts for Tomorrow Never Dies?
Yeah, let me
Michelle
run through
Yeoh
my
was
notes
awesome.
one more time.
I love it.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
a good movie.
I totally did not remember who she was. Like I totally forgot that she was the one that was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, you. I think it was.
in,
Yeah, you that mentioned that. You
No,
were like,
it was
what am I
John.
watching? John, was like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Crouching Tiger.
Yeah,
I'm like,
John mentioned
that is her.
yeah.
Yes, you are.
Oh yeah, during the car scene, he said he arms the car and then puts puts it into the armored mode or whatever whenever he walks away from it.
Yeah.
And those guys they're shooting it, they're trying to get into it, and it's doing no damage to the car whatsoever. So I was curious as to why all this damage was happening to the car once he was inside it. I was like, so all those security features just go away whenever he's inside and driving?
Higher caliber bullets.
Why do they have
Yeah.
higher caliber bullets at that point?
I think I got to go back to the drawing board and I got to figure out how to get the stationary armor to match up to the moving armor. So thank you. I'll take it back to the research team, the R&D team. We'll do it next time. Next time. You got it.
And just the whole movie was just like it was a spy off between the two, between
Yeah.
Whaley and James Bond. It was just always who
dick measuring
one of them trying to
contest.
get the trying to get the one up on each other.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
what makes it
That's
fun.
a fun. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a fun movie.
So
right.
yeah, I mean it's really just it's an underrated one. Dave, you're wrong on the 4.5.
Yeah, Dave,
Yeah.
come on.
So
Give it a little bit.
Yeah, listen
Six-
to this podcast with everybody crushing me. Bye, everybody.
uh,